Welcome to the Jeddah Corniche, one of the fastest circuits on the calendar. But let's see who'll be fastest of them all. We're about to set the grid for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yes, it's qualifying.
Just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Norris and Alonso, and just behind us are Stroll, Sargent and Iwasa. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 27.8. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Alonso, and we're in front of Stroll, Iwasa and Doohan. Fastest lap at the moment, 1:28.1. Ahead of us in this session at the moment are Norris, and just behind us are Sargent, Hamilton and Alonso. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 26.8.
We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. So here we are then, welcoming you today to one of the jewels of the Arab world, Jeddah. One of the biggest cities in Saudi Arabia, second only to Riyadh, gateway to Mecca, and one of the biggest ports in the region. And now, host to the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah street circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Golden Boy completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Sargent, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Benavides, Hauger, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Iwasa, Tsunoda, Doohan, Russell, Maloney, Richard Verschoor, Albon, Leclerc, Magnussen, Deruvala, Bottas and Victor Martins. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. And that may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, and failing that, within the points.
car ahead and in the DRS zone. fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Your last lap time, 1:32.4. Fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1:33.7. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Look after these tyres now, we want to finish the race on this compound. to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good. Reminder that you can play around with the RS modes in the MFD or lift sometimes and ease onto the brake pedal for some manual recharge. Tyres. Car behind, running. Fernando's in the pits. Nice overtake. Lap of the race. Green flag. Fernando is in for his stop. Drivers just completed a pass for the leader of the race. behind, 32.9 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 11th. And the time last lap, 1:45.8. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic, amazing, you deserved that race win, well done mate.
And that brings the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix to a close as we reflect on the team's impressive performance today.
Well, a brilliant race for them today, Crofty, as you could clearly see out there. They were really at one with the car. And as a driver, you take comfort from the fact that you can win in a new set of regulations. And moving forward, you're going to see that confidence rise more and more. Brilliant stuff today by them.
Well, what a thrilling end to an incredible Grand Prix weekend. Our top three finishers should be incredibly happy with what they were able to achieve out there today. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Our income's solid at the moment. We should start considering where we can look to invest the profits we're making back into the team. Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend. Thanks for stepping in and helping handle that.
And a warm welcome, everybody. We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park, and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
Top 5 cars as things stand: Norris, Sargent, Hamilton, Alonso and Hauger. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Hamilton, Alonso and Hauger. And just behind us are Stroll, Benavides and Leclerc. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 15.6. Hauger behind. Right, their best lap, 1:16.2. So, just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Benavides, and we're in front of Hauger, Doohan and Piastri. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 16.2. Mind that front wing is going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Norris, Benavides and Alonso. And just behind us are Russell, Sargent and Leclerc. The fastest lap at the moment, 1.7. Currently 5th. Okay, so their best lap so far, 1 minute 16.0.
Qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. This circuit missed a few years off the F1 calendar, and we missed Albert Park. So welcome back, and it's great to be back in Melbourne. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. It's a combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners, making it a very tricky track when it comes to overtaking. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Logan Sargent completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Stroll, Benavides, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Golden Boy, Hauger, Leclerc, Russell, Doohan, Oscar Piastri, Iwasa, Albon, Maloney, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Martins, Magnussen, Richard Verschoor, Deruvala and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend. Anthony Davidson. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm, and that may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And here he comes. It's all go, go, go for Lando Norris as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
Well, a brilliant race for them today, Crofty, as you can clearly see out there. They were really at one with the car. And as a driver, you take comfort from the fact that you can win in a new set of regulations. And moving forward, you're going to see that confidence rise more and more. Brilliant stuff today by them.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight.